Hello, you guys. I am so excited to finally share with you my gluten-free sourdough cinnamon rolls with Tang Jang and brown butter. If you are a fan of my regular cinnamon rolls, and many of you are going to just die over these cinnamon rolls. I told you I'm going to go through a lot of my bread recipes and turn them into sourdough ones because I've got this newfound obsession with all things sourdough, and these babies are beyond anything I could have imagined. They're fluffier than ever, they're more pillowy than ever, they're not sour tasting at all, and here's the deal. They have brown butter running through their veins. There is brown butter in the dough, brown butter in the filling, and brown butter in the frosting. So let's get into it and I'll show you the step by step. Okay, first things first, we need to feed the sourdough starter. If you haven't created a sourdough starter, you'll obviously need to do that first. And I have a video on just how to do that above. I pulled mine out of the fridge and I fed it hours ago, maybe like 6 hours ago, and it is ready to go now, but I'm not ready just yet for it. So I'm just going to store it in the fridge until I am ready. That's the beauty of this sourdough starter. It is such a game changer from my old one. So now we need to make a Tang Jang, and all a Tang Jang is it's a mixture of some of the flour and some of the liquid from the recipe that is really hot boiling liquid. And in this case, the Tang Jang is 60 grams of boiling water, and I'm pouring that over 40 grams of my bread flour blend. What this does is it pre-gelatinizes the starches in the flour, and all that means is they can store or hold on to more moisture, so we can add more hydration to the dough, which basically translates to even softer rolls, and the rolls will stale at a much slower rate. So now that all of this flour is well hydrated, I'm going to just cover this bowl with some plastic wrap, and I'm going to set it aside until it is cooled to room temperature, or at least just barely warm. This can also be made a day ahead, by the way. Okay, next I need to brown the butter for the dough. So this is 183 grams of butter, and I want to say that that's about a stick plus 6 tablespoons. But I told y'all that any of my sourdough recipes will only be done in grams because that's just the best way to get the most accurate results. I'd honestly like to do all of my recipes in just grams, but I have to convince a lot of you who still want to hold on to those volume or cup measurements that they're terrible and weighing is the only way to go. At least for gluten-free baking in my world. Okay, I've got this over medium heat, and I'm just stirring it frequently while it melts, and it's starting to sputter a little bit, and that's just a lot of the water evaporating from the butter. When it gets real foamy like this, that's when you know you are almost there. And I'm seeing the brown streaks, but the most reliable indicator is my nose. I can smell the nuttiness. I wish you could smell this right now. I'd put it on everything if I could. On everything, in everything. I love it. Okay, so now I'm just going to pour this into a small bowl, and I'm just going to let this cool until it's barely warm, and I'll meet you back here to put this dough together. Alrighty, we have our cooled Tang Jang, so I'll put that into my mixing bowl. And to that, I'm adding my active sourdough starter. I'm using 100 grams for this. And then this is 320 grams of milk. Cold room temperature, it really doesn't matter. And now I'm adding this wonderful brown butter with all those bits. Make sure to get all those yummy bits in there. That's like the flavor right there. This is 10 grams of psyllium husks, but again, if you can't tolerate psyllium husks, you can leave them out. You'll just need to reduce the milk amount, and I have all those instructions in my recipe post. And I've got 2 eggs here. I'll just drop those in. And this is 200 grams of sugar. Don't come at me about the sugar, y'all. These are cinnamon rolls, and the sugar plays a huge role in the texture of the rolls. It's not just there for sweetness. Okay, and I just added 1 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. And now I'm adding in 405 grams of my bread flour blend. And we'll just get this on the mixer and start it on low until everything is combined. I'm just going to scrape this down just to get that flour that's on the sides. Okay, I'll crank this up to medium high and I'm going to let it go for 5 minutes. And this is what it looks like. It's a nice soft dough, just like my regular cinnamon roll dough. Okay, we'll cover this and we're going to let it rise. And guys, when I say it may take a while, I mean with this, what I had to do, because it's winter right now, I had to leave this on the counter all night long. So at least 8 hours and it finally rose. This is what it looks like in the morning. It sometimes takes a lot longer, so go more by the visuals than by the actual clock. Okay, I put the dough in the fridge this morning. And I actually went to get my hair done and did a few other things. And it's been in there for several hours. So it should be nice and chilled and perfect for rolling out. But before I get to that, I'm going to make the filling real quick. I've got 200 grams of dark brown sugar. And to that, I'm adding the brown butter that I browned a few minutes ago, which is 141 grams. It's still warm, which is good actually because it'll incorporate better without the need for a mixer. And then I've got 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, which is actually 8 grams of ground cinnamon and 30 grams of heavy cream. And I'll just mix this together real quick. It'll actually thicken up as the butter cools. Alrighty, we can get the dough out of the fridge now, and I'm just going to knead it real quick on a lightly floured surface. Adding more flour as needed so it doesn't stick. And I'm rolling this out to a really large rectangle. I want like large and in charge cinnamon rolls. This is for Christmas after all. I want like the best of the best, the most extravagant that you can have because it only comes once a year. All right, so we'll dollop the filling on in spoonfuls, and then I'm just going to grab my offset spatula and spread this all over the dough. I'm leaving just a little border at the far left end where it's going to seal all up. Okay, I'm actually going to come around the side and roll this up this way so I can get really thick, large rolls. And if any of this is sticking to the surface, just use your bench scraper or something like it and scrape it like this. Easy peasy. Okie dokie. I'm going to make 12 large rolls out of this. So I'm actually taking my bench scraper again and just marking even areas where I'll cut them. So in half first, and then each of those in half, and then into thirds. There we go. Now I've got a long piece of dental floss and I'll just slide it under and then I'm just going to cross it over like this. And there's one perfect cinnamon roll with the most perfect swirl. And I'm going to actually separate these into 2 pans because I want them to have room to grow. Both of these are buttered and I'm just going to space them out a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cover both of these with plastic wrap, and one is going to go in the freezer while the other one rises, and this will probably take all day, just like I said. And here we are. They've grown plenty. This one has actually ripped open a little, and that is perfectly fine. It's not going to taste any different. All right, before we bake these though, I have my oven set to 350 Fahrenheit. And I've got a small bit, it's like 80 grams of very warm, heavy cream that I warmed in the microwave for like 40 seconds. And I'm just pouring this around the rolls because, you know, it's Christmas. And these are decadent and yeah. Okay, I'll put these in the oven and I'm going to bake them for about 30 to 35 minutes or until they're golden brown and bubbly. So while those are baking, I'm going to go ahead and make the frosting. And I said there would be brown butter in all aspects of these cinnamon rolls, and I wasn't kidding. I know this looks weird, but it's just 141 grams of brown butter and 113 grams of softened cream cheese. Both are warm because it's so cold in my house that I had to put them in the microwave for a few seconds, even with leaving my cream cheese out to soften, and it was just still really cold. So I'll just whisk this up. I know it looks curdled, but it'll all come together, trust me. I'll add 250 grams of powdered sugar and about 1 to 2 tablespoons or so of vanilla extract, give or take. And I'll just whisk this together until it's nice and smooth like this. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you could smell these cinnamon rolls right now, oh, they smell amazing. And they look amazing too. But before they even cool, I saw this trick from it's called the Vanilla Bean blog. She immediately spreads her rolls with like half of her icing. And then what that does is it melts into the rolls and it makes them that much softer and just more decadent and gooier and all the adjectives you can think of. Now that they've cooled down just a little bit, I'm going back and putting the rest of that icing on top. All right, this is the time. It is the time to take the first bite of this sourdough cinnamon roll heaven. They are beyond soft. They're even a little airy. That's probably from the sourdough. Oh my gosh. And the brown butter. Oh my gosh, you guys. I wish you could be here right now. It's brown butter central. And I just love it. And I really hope you will too. Merry Christmas.